Right after the flash, Jinwoo opened his eyes, realizing he was in a hospital bed. After confirmation from the Hunters Association, Mr. Son lost his arm, and Juhee was still receiving treatment due to her strong trauma. When Jinwoo was found, he was alone on the altar. No statues, no room, no nothing. Now, onto the real reason why the association is here. They thought Sung Jinwoo had a double awakening. This happened in history when a B-ranked hunter became an S-rank hunter. But even after the checkout, his power was only 10, while the weakest E rank has a power of 70. With that, they left his room, thinking that trash could only be trash. Right after they left, we can see what Jinwoo can see. It is a holographic screen as if you would wear VR or AR glasses nowadays. Even after knowing that he was fully healed and that his leg was back, he still can't decide if this was a dream or not. Right before he could confirm if what he saw was a dream, his sister came to check on him. But when he asked if she could see the screen, she asked if he had hurt his head as well. After some small talk, his sister left with one of her friends who was waiting outside. Remember her, she will be important later. As soon as he opened his mail, he got 3 mails. First helps the player become strong, the second is the penalty for not completing the quest, and lastly, is a reward after completion. Now on to his daily quest. 100 push-ups, 100 curl-ups, 100 squats, and 10 kilometers running. If not finished within a day, he will be punished. Thinking this was some sort of a joke, he let the time run out, thinking nothing of it. As time ran out, he was teleported to a desert with a massive centipede. A new task has appeared. Survive for 4 hours. If not, their penalty. Well, I guess you get it. After 4 hours, he completed the quest, and he finally came back with a reward. After that day, every nurse was talking about him working out. Well, looks like he finally found out that what he sees is not an illusion. After he completes every part of his workout, he will heal his fatigue right away. Other than that, he has everything you have in the game: storage, inventory, and store. After he was let outside for a day, he went to a location thanks to the key he got for working out. A-rank dungeon. As well as his status window, only for this dungeon, which transports him to a different dimension. And so his first solo raid begins. After a bit of a struggle, he was able to defeat the red-ranked wolf, realizing how light his body felt as well as how much power he had gained. After using the sword left by Mr. Kim from part 1, started hunting down those wolves. We got a little look at his skills and we can see that one of his passive skills is already maxed out, but it is still unknown which skill it is. Even after taking drops from those wolves, the system says it is junk, but you can still sell it, so that is a win. As he leveled up, he wanted to use everything he had until he couldn't endure any longer. If he can get stronger, he will follow those stupid rules. As you can see, the names of those wolves are now gray. Important for later. And with another horde of wolves, he gained the title of Wolf Slayer, which gave him a 40% higher XP drop rate. After hunting some more, he can finally feel how strong he is getting. Finally, we know what color means to those monsters. White is weak, orange is strong, and red is very strong. After reaching level 15 and determined to kill the final boss, he was slammed into the wall and his blade in a single hit by the snake boss monster. Remembering all of his past and finally understanding that for him to never feel weak again, he has to become much stronger. After that snake bit off the entire blade, Jinwoo, knowing he had put all his points into strength, grabbed the snake by its head, crushing its scales. He wasn't able to slash before choking the boss and snapping its neck. Meanwhile, in the hospital, one of the doctors said that regardless of how you look at it, hunters are, in fact, monsters themselves. Finally, Jinwoo got a stronger weapon. Dagger made from the fang of the boss monster with the ability to paralyze as well as a venom pouch. After coming out of the dungeon, the soldier led him outside, but thanks to Jinwoo's heightened senses, he could feel the dungeon boss from miles away. It was a couple of rock golems, and since ranks D and E were fighting them, it was taking a while. Jinwoo, seeing that Juhee still had not recovered from the dungeon, decided to help. Knowing this boss was one rank weaker than the boss he had just fought, he thought he could weaken it with his broken blade. Well, it one-shot that monster. After that, he left as if nothing had happened. Early in the morning, still in the hospital, Jinwoo was working out like crazy, gaining popularity with nurses. She asked for his number, but he was like, "Oh, for the checkup, probably." After he finally arrived home, we met his sister Sungjin again. After seeing that he got taller and stronger, she left with a smile. Finally, our guy decided to invest his points into things other than strength, such as vitality, senses, and agility. After his landlord warned him about his payment. So, he decided not to tell anyone about how he was getting stronger and simply joined a party that wanted to do a raid. Even still, these guys are making fun of him by his nickname World's Weakest Hunter. After observing the contract and the group of 3 C ranks and some other D ranks with no healer, his suspicion was raised after seeing the payment of 2 million won. Only one at the party was geared up in very expensive gear. So flashy and so naive. It is also revealed that the boss of their group ran away last week with over $9 billion. Our flashy hunter hunts for fun. After notifying them about monsters and watching their rough fighting style, his bad feeling was getting more and more certain. Jinho, our flashy hunter, lacks both experience as well as skill to be in a C-rank dungeon. But these monsters are for our MC nothing but bugs. After seeing greed in the hunter's eyes, Jinwoo warned Jinho about them. After all, Jinwoo's bad feeling was never once gone. Beware of lizards. After they reached the sleeping spider boss, they used the most classic excuse of forgetting their gear and ordered Jinwoo as well as Jinho to guard that place till they come back. Assuring Jinho that everything would be alright, they left, only to explode the entrance and block it off completely, revealing that they were the lizards.